Hey toy fans, Aaron here. Today going to take a look at 6-inch black Series Mimban Trooper. Now this is a Walmart exclusive and it should have been showing up like I think beginning of summer 18, and instead it only just started showing up around the fall of 2018. So anyways, finally got my hands on one. So let's head to the table and check this one out. And looking at the packaging first, well, I guess the most noticeable thing here is this is not your standard red and black box. Like Walgreens did for the Spirit of Obi-Wan, you've got a different color going on here. And in this case, the background is almost this muddy brown golden color, if you will. I kind of really don't know how to describe it, but as you look through the window, you see the included accessory. That backdrop color inside the box really almost looks black anyways. It just, unless you get that light hitting just right. At the bottom of the packaging, of course, you have your sketch artwork of the Mimban Trooper. This time around, you are getting some of those colored highlights from the packaging within that, sketch artwork, the reflection of it in the pieces there, showing off a little bit of highlights of the mud and stuff on the helmet. On the side of the packaging, no number here since this is an exclusive. And flipping to the back side, once again, except for, it not being red in that upper right corner, you got that golden brown color. Everything else is what you're used to seeing. A little bit larger artwork of the Stormtrooper with a brief description about him on Mimban. And now taking a look at the figure out of the packaging, this is an awesome looking figure. It's certainly one that for the most part we've already received, and that is that from the neck down, this is basically the 6-inch Black Series Trooper that we received a few years ago. I'll put the two up side by side. Obviously, aside from it being dirty and having a cape, the only other difference is in that helmet area. You can see these two here, and I'll even freeze it, that even within the profile of the helmet, when you look at it from the side, the mouth area is just a little bit different on this one, kind of smushed in a little more. And then obviously, kind of like the Scarif Trooper, he's got the little plate on the forehead of the helmet. So within the helmet area, you got a brand new mold there, but like I said, neck down, it's essentially the exact same figure minus the dirt. We're going back in on that helmet area. The sculpting's looking great. The eyepiece, instead of being black, has a green tint to it. Otherwise, those you can certainly see lots of dirt or some sort of grime scattered all throughout the helmet area. One thing that's different with this than the 3 3/4 inch figure is you do have a little bit of gray painted in at that mouth area of the helmet, which I like. It really bugs me that the 3 3/4 inch figure does not have that mouthpiece painted in. Also within that helmet area, you get your usual highlight lines that you're used to seeing, just gray instead of black above that eyebrow area, if you will, of the helmet area. You got a nice gray line going through there. Little bits of gray lines on the cheek area of the helmet instead of blue, and then you still get your gray markings on the back of the helmet also. Through the upper part of the body, it's your Stormtrooper. It's what you'd expect to see. But like I said, this time around, you got lots of great painting in there for some weathering of the figure. And, we'll come back wider here a little bit. For some reason, the top half of the figure is kind of dirtied up in a dark gray color, where the lower half of the figure is a dark brown color. I don't know why the variance in color there. Maybe the bottom half of the body's running through mud, and the top half is just grease, grime, or some sort of stuff like that. I don't know. But you do have those two different colors of the dirt detailing going on. Aside from that, like I said, it's your basic Stormtrooper molding, same as you had with the 6-inch. So there's going to be no surprises here. Well, actually, I spoke too quick. One surprise is you always manage to get a clean part on a figure, and that's for some reason the armor on the hands is totally clean. That one's kind of baffling. Why would the hands be clean? But anyways, that's what we have here. And another little standout feature separating this guy from your Stormtrooper is the fact that he's got a black cape draped on the backside of him. And it's a nice looking cape, kind of 2 layers of fabric here, and that is just tied around the arms. It's certainly something you could remove if you want, but I don't know how easily you're going to get that tied back on if you do take it off. So I'm certainly not going to try with mine. Otherwise though, cape's looking really nice. I like the drape to it. Little bit of folds in there in the fabric, and within that black fabric is also some gray splattered throughout there to kind of dirty up the cape a bit. So I like that they added that little touch of detailing within the cape. Through the waist area, you get your Stormtrooper belt that you'd expect to see. Down on his left hip is his functioning holster. The difference here though is that this holster is all white, whereas the regular Stormtrooper had black holster. And for the lower half of the figure, this great weathering just continues. I love the way this dark brown looks on the figure. It's smeared in some places, it's splotched in some places. So that's really looking good. And then you get down to the feet. Well, boots are dark gray, but here also, for some reason, they're nice and clean. I don't understand that one. As far as articulation, since he is using a pre-existing sculpt from, quite a few years ago, it still has that same system through the head and neck area. So the ball joint is on top of the head. So you get a great range of motion on there. And then, tilting a little bit side to side, up and down, you get a good range of motion. And then you've also got a hinge at the base of the neck. So you can even slide that head forward and back a little bit. At the shoulder area, of course, you get your 360-degree rotation going on in there. But unfortunately, because the armor pieces hits above the shoulder part, shoulder itself here, you're not raising those arms up at all for going straight out. So that's all you get for your range of motion there. At the elbow area, or for your swivel, I should say, it's just under this shoulder armor piece here. So you're able to swing those arms sideways at that point up here. And then you do get your double jointed elbow that you had on the original Stormtrooper release. So good range of motion with that. As far as the wrist, they're both going to turn 360 degrees. And then that right hand is going to swivel up and down with a good range of motion to that. And that left hand is going to get you your side-to-side motion. At the waist area, your articulation is just under this chest armor up here. So he's going to swivel, a little tight on mine, but he can go all the way around. And then you can go left to right a little bit like that. And you even got quite a bit of crunching forward and back here. At the leg area, you're going to get the splits about like so. And then if you want to bring the leg straight out, you actually have to turn those thighs a little bit because of the height of the armor pieces through here in the front. But you could achieve a straight look there almost. And then as I was just mentioning, at the top of the thigh, of course, you got your swiveling in there. The legs are double jointed, so you get a good range of motion with that. Of course, for your feet, you get your forward and back. And then you're pivoting just at that ankle area right there. As far as accessories, he does come with a single blaster. This pretty much looks like your regular standard issue E11 blaster, but there are a few modifications here. That being this little piece here at the front end sticking off to the side, and the magazine clip kind of in the middle area on the opposite side of the weapon that sticks out farther. Otherwise though, no special painting to this weapon, unfortunately. Just a straight gray piece of plastic. Fits good in his right hand where he's got that trigger finger extended. And as far as fitting that weapon into the holster, well, I guess I spoke too soon when I said it was functioning, because as you can see, this weapon is a bit wider than a regular blaster that came with the 6-inch figure previously, and this just is not fitting in there at all. So that's very unfortunate. So overall, this is a good looking figure. Like I said, really the only difference is the head sculpt, the weathering, and the fact that he comes with a cape. But all that added together really gives you, something different, something a little more unique than just your regular 6-inch Stormtrooper that we've already received before. So certainly adding this to your shelf, it's still going to stand out. And that wraps up this look at the 6-inch Black Series Mimban Trooper. I'd love to know what your thoughts are on this figure in the comment section below. And as always, thanks for watching.